everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm so excited to do. It is going to be my March Madness finale video. Today is going to be the full face of the most voted on makeup products from you guys. So I'm really excited to get some makeup on this face. If you guys have missed the March Madness series, I'll have the other videos linked down below if you want to go back and check them out. But basically, you guys have been voting on the products that you want to see in kind of like the full face of subscribers choose my makeup. And I'm really excited to share with you the most voted on products because I think there's going to be a few surprises in here. So why don't we just go ahead and jump into the video. Alrighty, so I'm actually going to start off with my eyes. I'm just going to go ahead and prime them real quick. But I've been having so much fun with the series. Thank you to everyone who voted. And if you missed the 1 week, I let you guys actually fill out a form and you tried to predict the winners. So we started off with 4 products in the different makeup categories that I chose out. And you guys tried to guess which one would be the, top voted on product at the end for this video. And then one winner will be winning a giveaway box, whoever got the closest to it. And then last week I shared what were the top 2 in each category, and I let people vote again. And then I just closed the votes like 10 minutes before I sat down to film this. So I needed to do that in order to film this video. So I have not yet gone through and been able to see who has the most correct. So the giveaway winner will still be coming. There is, I think, over 3,000 entries, so that's a lot going on. That's a lot for me to go through, and I go through them manually, so it is going to take me a little bit of time to go through that. And if anybody tied with the amount that they got correct, I'm just going to put those names into a generator. But once I do have the giveaway winner, I'll list it in this video and I'll list it in the giveaway video also. But I did want to make note of that because, like I said, I just closed those votes. So I could do this video, so it's going to take me a little bit to get through all the entries. It's been a lot of fun seeing the votes coming in, seeing the comments people are saying, looking through the forums. And, I've been kind of seeing, a lot of repeats that, people really think this product's going to win and such. And like I said, I'm going to start off with the eyes, and I think this is going to be the biggest upset in my March Madness series. I didn't see this coming at all. I didn't even see this making it into the top 2. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina eyeshadow palette. Boom! I think this is the biggest upset. Just kind of like glancing through the forums like I have been doing, I think this is the one. I am so surprised that this won, and it won 56-44 were the final tallies on this one between this and the Dose of Colors Friendcation palette. Those were the top 2 most voted on. I did not think this was going to make it in the top 2, just honestly. I thought it was going to be Friendcation and then Natasha Denona Gold, and then this one won out. And this isn't even the closest, like 56-44 is fairly close. That's not even the closest votes that have come in during the series. So I am super surprised to see this, but who picked the Norvina? Who picked it? Because like, wow. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of do a pretty simple eye look because I'm filming this on Friday. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of incense with a blending brush. I'm filming this on Friday, and one of my girlfriends gets married tomorrow, and I have to go to her rehearsal dinner in about 3 hours here. So I'm gonna do kind of just like maybe one of my go-to looks, which I'm actually not mad to do that with this palette because pretty much every time I've gone into the Norvina palette, I've done something really purple or really pink, just because that's kind of the theme of the palette. But I want to do something maybe a little bit more neutral, but still, fun and pretty and all of that. So I'm gonna try to mix it up from what I normally do in this palette so people don't stare at me too weirdly at this rehearsal dinner, But yes, this palette, the palette choice was probably the most surprising out of my March Madness series, to be honest. And just kind of looking at the form, I think a lot of people are going to be surprised to see that too. So I want to use some of this like kind of grungy color, the eccentric color, ooh, if I can speak that, using the Sigma E44. I'm just going to tap this on the outer part of my eye here. But yeah, like I said, thank you to everyone who participated in the March Madness because obviously, like, I can't do this series without, like, crowd participation. And I didn't expect to get as many entries into, like, the giveaway part either. I just, I love doing giveaways. I try to do them as often as I can. But I thought it would be fun. I'm asking you guys to vote. I'm asking you guys to, really be interactive with me in this series. And then, I mean, seriously, if people get like a lot right, I feel like you should win a prize for that, So I'm really excited to go through the forms and see what's going on there. But just bear with me. One of the hardest parts about a giveaway is people expecting the giveaway to close and then immediately having a winner, and that's just not how life works. Especially, you know, you have to go in and, you know, manually, especially just like with a regular giveaway, you have to, you know, manually confirm that the person's, you know, actually following you or whatever, you know, they need to be doing. And then I really like to contact people first and, you know, make sure that they know and get their address and all of that before I announce the winner. So especially with this one, just because of how many entries came in, it's gonna take me a little bit. And like I said, I have to go through all of them myself, so it's a little bit, a lot of it time consuming. I'm gonna use a shimmer shade. I want to use Dazzling, and I'm just gonna use a little Real Techniques shader brush. This is really hard to say all those words. And I'm going to give my brush a spray just to kind of help pick up the shadow and then also not to have so much fallout, since Anastasia is kind of known for having lots of fallout, I would say. And I'm just going to kind of pack this here on the inner part of my eye. Oh, that looks really pretty. So yes, thank you to everyone who participated, and the March Madness series is kind of inspired by the NCAA basketball tournament, because you can fill out a bracket and, you know, try to predict the winners of all these basketball games and such. So who filled out a basketball bracket and how did you do? I was doing so well until Tennessee lost the night before I'm filming, and that really busted my bracket. I was like, no, because I'm doing like a thing, you know, with my friends, and we all fill them out and see who has the best one. I was doing really well, and I even had some of the guys being like, wow, Samantha, your bracket's doing really well. And I was like, obviously, I know everything there is to know about college basketball. Duh. And then, yeah, it really busted last night, and Tennessee almost had that game. They almost had that game, and not only like would my bracket have done great if they had won, so many other brackets would have not done so well. So I was like, shoot, I came so close, but I think my chances are pretty slim after that happening. But how are you guys doing? I was watching one of the games last night, and I saw that there was a guy who still had a perfect bracket, and that was through a lot of games. I'm like, dang, dude, that's awesome. But he also picked Tennessee, so he doesn't have a perfect bracket anymore. He was the only person in the world on record to still have a perfect bracket for from the first 2 rounds. And then when they were like, and he picked Tennessee, I was like, yes, 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 I got it. If he picked it, then I totally got it. And then they went into overtime and lost. I was like, no. So that was a bummer. So I'm gonna leave my eyes there for now. Like I said, I just wanted to do something pretty quick and simple. I have so much still to get done today before going to this rehearsal dinner, and it's an hour away. I'm like, oh, help me. Okay, so I'm gonna move over to my face. I didn't use primer, or I didn't have a primer category, so I'm just using this new one from Olehenriksen, the Banana Bright Face Primer, because I'm testing it out. I picked it up recently from Sephora. So far, I've been really liking it. It's definitely very like moisturizing, which I do like, and has a nice scent to it. Last year when I did the March Madness series, I included like every single category there was for makeup, and it just was kind of like long and drawn out. So when I was planning the series again this year, I was like, I'm just gonna narrow it down to like a few of like, you know, the most popular categories, if you will, and just kind of let the series progress a little bit quicker. So for foundation, the 2 contenders, the top 2 most voted on, were the Too Faced Born This Way and also the NARS Longwear Radiant. And the winner is a fan fave, the Too Faced Born This Way. This one 57 to 43, yes, over the NARS. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this with my Real Techniques sponge. Saying when I was talking about this, I think like in the first couple videos and then even in the round 2 video, the Too Faced Born This Way seems to be like such a loved on foundation from so many people. And I do like it, like I enjoy the foundation, I think it looks nice, but it's not an absolute favorite. Like it's not one that I reach for over and over and over again. But the NARS is one of my favorites. I really enjoy that one. So it was fun to see a few of the votes. There was definitely like a fan favorite versus a Samantha favorite, and it was fun to see which one won out. So for the foundation, it was the Too Faced Born This Way getting the most votes. For concealer, this was another Samantha fave versus a fan fave in the final 2. We had the ColourPop No Filters concealer and then the Jouer Longwear concealer, and the winner is the Jouer. Jouer went out 53 to 47 over the ColourPop, so pretty darn close with this one. So the Jouer, the Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer. I like never know what this name is, and I use this concealer all the time. But so this one was funny because it was the Samantha favorite that went out, because ColourPop, again, I like the concealer, but it's definitely not a favorite of mine, and I know so many people who just absolutely rave about that concealer. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the Jouer on my under eyes, and I'm definitely not mad that this was the most voted on concealer. Okay, we got 3 picks in. How are you guys doing at this point? I'm so excited to see what the end brackets look like from everyone. Next up for powder, we had a very high-end product going against a drugstore product. The final 2 were the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Airbrush Powder, and then also the CoverGirl Healthy Vitalist Powder. And the winner was the Charlotte Tilbury. Not super surprised to see this. I know this is a very loved-on powder, but this one out 67 to 33. So this was quite a winner here in the Charlotte Tilbury. You can see that I put pan on mine. I did just do my 9 in 2019 Project Pan update, and this one is in there, and this is my success story so far because I have hit pan on it. So this is a nice and lightweight powder, which I do like to pair it with the Jouer, because the Jouer just doesn't seem to crease a ton. Maybe that's why I always put creaseless in the name, because right, it just says, oh no, it does say creaseless and soft matte on here, but I always say the Jouer creaseless, but it's because it really doesn't crease up on me. And sometimes, you know, with concealers like the ColourPop No Filter, I tend to want to use a loose powder with that one because it creases a little bit more on me. Whereas the Jouer, I can get away with something with like a little bit less coverage, a little bit more lightweight, because it's just such a nice concealer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set my under eyes here. I'm just gonna take a fluffier brush and set my foundation, since I know I got a lot to do tonight. I'm gonna be running around a bunch, helping out with like the photography and setting up. I'm also helping video the wedding tomorrow, so I got a lot on my plate tonight, so I want the foundation to stay. Next up for bronzer, we once again, we're going drugstore versus high-end, and the drugstore product won out, the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This one beat the Marc Jacobs Tantastic Bronzer, 64 to 36. So once again, this one won by quite a bit. And I'm not surprised to see that. I know the Butter Bronzer is loved on by so many, so put my mirror in the wrong spot, but I'm just gonna go ahead and bronze up with the Butter Bronzer here. Moving over to the blush category, we once again had high-end versus drugstore. We had a blush from Flower Beauty, and then we also had a blush from Jouer, one of the blush duos, and the blush duo did win out. I like both of them. I really do love my blush duo, though. I've been talking about this one quite a bit. And this one, 55 to 45 over the Flower Beauty. So I'm just gonna kind of mix these two together here and add the Jouer blush duo in Adore to my cheeks. Okay, I did a few things off camera. I did go ahead and fill in my brows, and then I sprayed my face with the Morphe setting spray since I had so many powders going on, and I put a little bit of the Milk Makeup eyeliner in CEO onto my waterline. I want to add just a little bit of color to the look, so I think I'm first going to pick up Soul here with a pencil brush, and I'm going to run that along the lower lash line, and then I'll kind of smoke that out with a more neutral color, but I wanted just a little pop of something with the Norvina palette. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pick up that first shade we used in Incense. I'm just gonna use the same brush and just kind of smoke out the lower lash line. I really like that combo, like, you know, fairly neutral on top and then just like a little hint of purple on the bottom. For my inner corner, I'm gonna pick up the first shade in Dreamer and just pop that right on the inner corner, and I'm gonna add just a little bit to the brow bone also. So I actually didn't have a mascara in here. Last year I had mascara and lashes, and I think in the finale I put the mascara on and then did the lashes. I actually had mascara written down on my initial sheet because I went to look, and I must have just completely forgot to include that in the video, so that's my bad. If there's any other categories you want to see for next year, like do you want brows in here, do you want eyeliner in here, like do you want me to do them all again, or do you like kind of like the quicker version, let me know. But I'm just going to go ahead and add some of my favorite NARS Climax. Like I said, I know that I'm going to be out, you know, fairly late tonight, and this one does not smudge or transfer on me at all, so I'm going to choose my NARS Climax for my top and bottom lashes. Alrighty, so eyes are finished, and next we're gonna move over to highlight. So the top 2 contenders in the highlight category were the ABH Reezy highlight and also the Ofra Pillow Talk. So we had like a fan favorite against a Samantha favorite, and you'll never believe what won. I just knew you guys couldn't believe it. I just knew you wouldn't believe that this one was the winner. Yes, the Reezy won. This one is 67 to 33 over the Ofra. So this was quite the winner. I had a feeling that was coming. I had a feeling. I've said before that I like the Reezy highlight. I'm not absolutely in love with it like I am my Ofra Pillow Talk, but I like it. But yeah, this one was the winner, and not super surprised to see that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little bit of the Reezy highlights to my cheekbones. I'm gonna run a bit down the bridge of my nose also, and then the tip of my nose. Ooh. I'm going to use the Anastasia Dewy Set. I've been testing this one out for a review, so I'm just going to spray my face quickly. So the final category that we have is, of course, lips, and this was the closest, I think the closest category out of all of them. So we had from Dose of Colors Truffle, and then from Bite Beauty Honeycomb, and the winner was Dose of Colors Truffle. This one 51 to 49, so that was the closest category out of all of them. I really had no idea what to expect with lips. I had nude in there, mauve, I had a red. Red actually won out last year, so I was a little bit surprised to see nude win out, especially because the 2 final choices were the 2 nudes, but you guys chose out Dose of Colors Truffle, which I'm not mad at. This is one of my favorite lipsticks, one of my favorite formulas, one of my favorite colors, etc. I am going to first line my lips. I'm going to use Dose of Colors Undressed. I've actually wanted to try this lip liner with Truffle because I think the shades would be really complementary to each other, so why not? So I'm going to go ahead and line my lips first here. Alrighty, so I have my lips lined and filled in, and then I'm just going to go ahead and go over that with a Dose of Colors Truffle. Yeah, I think these are going to pair really well. Sweet. This is what happens when you try to talk while applying lipstick. You stab your tooth. Don't do that. This is the final look in today's video of subscribers voted on my makeup. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Were you so surprised by some of the votes? Did some not shock you at all? How do you guys think that your bracket did? Again, I will try to get that giveaway winner out as quickly as I can as I get through all of those entries. Thank you guys so much for participating with March Madness. Like I said, this has to be an interactive thing between us, otherwise it just wouldn't work. So I appreciate all of the votes, all of the comments, sharing the videos, etc. Let me know if you want me to do this series next March, because I definitely can. I would love to know your thoughts, but other than that, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video, and this is the finale of March Madness. Thank you guys again for participating. If you guys did enjoy this video and this series, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I hope that you also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video.